Hello, what I'd like to do is introduce you to the graphics package, and it's really simple to use, and I think probably the best way of looking at this is it's just like a simple word processor. We just copy and paste, and if you can sort of think of it in those terms, I think that just sort of takes away from perhaps the glorified title of sort of graphics package. In essence, I want to show you how simple it is to use. Now, with the graphics, it's opened up in a separate window, and what we've got are these elements here. So if I say click onto a page here, we get the different illustrations here that we can work with. Now, they're produced at a size that even if you don't use the graphics package, you could print this out and cut them out. But really what I want to show you is how versatile it is. I think you'll really enjoy using it. So what we do is simply click onto an object or a picture that we like, and in this instance I've got this one, and then we can go to edit up here, click onto that, and I'm going to go to edit copy. That's probably just going to come outside of the screen, or we can go Control C or Apple C to copy it. And then once we've got it copied, we can then go to what we call the graphics page. This is where we sort of build up. This is in a way our digital paper. And then back to edit, and we paste it, Control V, and that pops it down here. Now, with the image, there's a couple of sort of fun things you can do with it. First of all, you can change the size, the scale of it, so you can make it larger and smaller. Remember that these illustrations are actually good to go up to sort of nearly A4 size. They're just shrunk down to fit on the paper. You can also rotate it. If we click onto the little handle here, we can rotate, and you can as well alter the image, the density of it as well. I'm just going to bring that back to 0. Incidentally, if you start off and then hold the shift key down, it will do this it'll straighten up, or I'll put it into increments for you of 90 degrees, which is quite useful. Here you can see I'm sort of struggling to get it back to normal. There we go, it's there or thereabouts. Right hand click, and we're going to properties, and we can now actually fade the image as well. And I'll just bring that down so you can actually fade it if you want to. So those are some of the options that we've got with it. Okay, now I'm going to go back and pick another object out. So if I go, say, to return, and in this instance I'd like to pick out a piece of paper here, a background to put behind it. So again, I go to edit, and I want to just copy, Control C, and then back to my graphics, and now I can paste it, or just hit Control V, the keyboard shortcut, or Apple V if we're Apple people. Okay, so in this instance, let me show you how we simply build up. Now, I've made this a little bit bigger, but of course that's on top. So what we need to do is to bring this up next. So I'm going to go Control X, I'm going to cut it, Control X, and Control V to paste it. And there we go, and that just pastes it on top of there now. And again, we can just alter I'm just going to bring that back a little bit. There we go, 90 degrees. And that's how we can mat and layer technically. So if you don't get it right, obviously I should have opened this one first. But what's nice as well is we could make paper out of this. If we want to do a backing paper, this could fill up the whole of our A4 piece of paper. Just pop that up there. You could just drag that over to fill a whole piece of paper. Click onto that and go to the properties and just pop that down and just knock it back. So I could build up this lovely sort of soft background paper, and I can do the same for this one. Back to properties on the main page, and then just pull it back. We can see the heading, the title, the text there coming through. So that's in essence what you're going to do, just simply copy and paste into the graphics page here. When you hit return, you come back to all that's available to you, all the different illustrations and images here that you can work with. It really is as simple as that. Just copy, paste, and work our way through. So if I just come back to graphics, last but not least, we've got the text here. Now, you don't have to use this if you don't want to. You can just delete it and take it off the page. Of course, the beauty of all of this now is that you can just print out what you want. And if you want to delete something, just highlight it and hit delete. If I click back onto here, back to properties, and bring it up to full size, if I want to, I can just print out a single image there. Now, with our text, we simply click onto it, and you have to sort of double click within it, and now you can go to Control E, happily, and then we can alter the text, the size, the colour, as we would with anything else as well. So if you want to add text, you can do that as well. Or you can simply, I just click off it, it'll come off at some point. Whoops, there we go, double click. If you kind of get in between the words, that helps to highlight it all, and then just click slightly outside of it and you're back to the box as well. Incidentally, sometimes when you go, it depends on the system that you're using, the software version, but occasionally if you go to copy and paste something and nothing happens, you have to kind of tell this paper that it's ready to receive something, and in that case either have one item clicked on, or there's a little button up here that doesn't print, and if you click that, when you go to Control V to paste it in, it will then paste. So sometimes you might go back here, go to select something. If we copy it, I'll just show you, Control C. Now if I uncheck everything on the page and go back to graphics and nothing's checked here, sometimes when you go to paste, it won't actually paste. This time it does. Some of the versions are better than others, but let's, for argument's sake, I'm clicking away and it's not pasting. I'm pretty sure I've copied it. By selecting an object and then going to Control V, I can just paste it, or edit paste if you want to use all the instructions there. And again, we can overlay images as well, and that really is it. It's very, very simple. Just think of it in terms of matte and layering. But the nice thing is you can create backing papers if you want to. You can use the patterns, the background papers here to work and make little toppers as well with all of the images. However you want to do it, please have a go. It's a great way of just working with the facilities on the CD. And I said, even if you just then want to print one thing, if you're saving ink, or you want to squeeze a number of these onto a piece of paper, you can do it that way. This works in exactly the same way as Mechanica and with Nautica as well. So if you're used to that, then you obviously know what you're doing with this. But I would encourage you to have a go, because it really is, fun to use. And then at the end, you'll need to go back into the main package, because these two don't link. It's a separate little item that lives on the CD. So from the main CD, you can access it, but it'll keep the other window open, and you'll just need to click back onto there. Okay, well, I hope this tutorial has just sort of given you a good insight into using the package that we've got here. It's very, very simple. You're just matte and layering, copy and pasting, in fact, but it's worth playing with, because I think you can get an awful lot out of it, and I'd encourage you to have a go. Or if all of that seems too much, then by all means just click on a page, print it out, cut it out, and do whatever you want with it. Anyway, either way, I hope that you enjoy using the CD and you have as much fun with this as I have making it. Thank you. Bye bye.